Hello, hello. Welcome to another episode of Simply Shaunte with me, JaLisa Shaunte. And we do have a special guest again for season 2. Welcome back, artist Dastorm. So happy to have you again for season 2. Appreciate you for coming back.
Thank you for having me. Hello, world. Hello, Simply Shaunte show. You know what I'm saying? I'm so honored to be back for the second season. Being on here the second time means a lot to me. I got a lot of work done, but first of all, before I start off talking about all the things I've done, all the moves that I made, I want to give a shout out to the Simply Shaunte show and the moves that y'all made coming into a second season. Definitely, you know what I'm saying, spreading the love and proud of my people is the way y'all moving up. So, I'll always be here to storm on music. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we're a community. We always be here to support y'all. And, whenever, as soon as, you know what I'm saying, my sister asked me, was I going to be on? I said, absolutely. Let's get it done. And let's make sure that we get, keep the good energy rolling. That's how we go. That's how we do it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. So talking to you in between times since we did, the first episode with you, speaking to you, you mentioned performing at the City Hall Annex and the Divine Lorraine Hotel. How did those experiences differ from your previous shows, and what did you learn from these performances? Did you gain any new experience?
That's a great question. The thing I learned about doing those performances, I got to definitely shout out the people who gave me the opportunity to be in such a blessed position. Magi L and the 8 elders, they had a praise party in City Hall and asked me to come through. I had my little brothers, Zay Money and his brother. They came through. They did their thing. I opened up celebrity boxing with them, so they came through, did their thing, and we're doing their little flips on stage and all that. But just to be, first of all, about City Hall, just to be inside somewhere so historic, growing up in Philadelphia and West Philly my whole life, and being somewhere so historic, and being able to walk through first and hang out and take some pictures. My people's Big P, Little P came through and hung out, took some pictures, and just soaked in the ambiance of actually being inside of a place where I used to, as a kid, go through on like tours and stuff like that, and just when we used to go to gallery and just to walk through and hang out and stuff like that, to be in the middle of City Hall, being able to perform and hearing my voice ring off of the walls and resonate all through Center City. It was definitely an experience. It was surreal, but I was locked in. I was definitely on the job, and I had a chance to get the type of performance that I love to give. But when I got a chance to step back after it was all over and soak it in, it was one of the best experiences I've had so far. I've definitely performed at some great places, but I'm saying just for the history and just for me growing up in that city and walking past that place so many times. My mom used to work right downtown on the other side of that. So, there's so many years embedded in being able to come back full circle to the city I grew up in the middle of that city, and perform in City Hall for so many people to see and walk by and soak in. It was just a great experience. Absolutely. And the Divine Lorraine Hotel, my sister GZQ, she actually had a birthday party there on Halloween. Her birthday is on Halloween. So she called it the Scorpio birthday bash. We took, oh man, listen, we turned out, we had such a party. I had my Smoking Choke film crew come out and they grabbed some dope footage. And the legendary Perry P, Philadelphia legend, like one of the originators of hip hop, he hosted the whole thing. You know what I mean? We had DJ Philly on the ones and twos backing us up. Legendary DJ Philly 1-2. You know what I mean? My sister, we definitely had a great vibe. And being it was my sister's birthday, everybody, we had a good turnout. But just again, the mystique and the history of performing at somewhere like the Divine Lorraine, and just to kind of connect it again. When I was a teenager, Mount Zion Basketball Church is directly across the street from there, right next to the Met. I used to play church basketball maybe 50 feet from where I was performing at on Halloween evening. I mean, we Sister Sunshine Grimes came through. I mean, we had a great list of performers. We had legendary hosts. We had a great crowd come through. Friends and family came out. So just to first of all, being in this historic setting like that, and then for the show to go off and us to have a great party in there. I mean, to be honest, these things are coming together in a way I couldn't expect it. There's already a blessing to be able to perform and share my craft and do my art in these places. And every time we get a chance to do something like this, it goes off pretty well. Everybody has a good time. We actually turn it into a party. So that's why I'm like, people, if y'all haven't had a chance to see the Storm perform live, y'all need to come out and have a good time with us because we always turn it into a party wherever we at. That's for sure.
And I know that you've been doing like various like networking encounters and radio interactions as well. Has that been a good experience for you? You know, getting to meet all those different new people and networking. How's that been?
That has been a great experience. Again, full circle. I got had a chance to participate in so many things, being a party, the Black Lily Show. Shout out to 98.5 Uptown Radio. Shout out to the Black Lily Radio Show. They actually let me. They were the first ones to break the Resurrect song, to bring it full circle again. The song that you played the video for. Everybody, go back and check out the first one because she dropped the video for that. Much love to my sister for that. Gave me much love on that. Um, they were the first ones to actually give the Resurrect radio play in Philadelphia. So we dropped it live on the air. You know what I'm saying? We had a bunch of people up in there with us. It was a dope event. They had me come out to the Juneteenth parade with them. I marched in the parade holding the banner for the Black Lily Radio Show for 98.5 Uptown Radio. They caught a clip of us on the Channel 3 News. If y'all look on YouTube, I don't want to give away too. If y'all look on YouTube and put in Juneteenth parade and maybe a clip of some of us walking down in the parade, like actually getting caught by the cameras, having a good time, enjoying the Juneteenth parade. But you know, like I said, my sister, I can't help but notice all of the and I'm not really a big coincidence person, so noticing all of the signs that the universe is showing me from everything that I'm blessed to be able to do. Because as we walk down West Philadelphia in the parade, holding the banner, I mean, there's marching bands, there's children, there's so many people in the parade with us celebrating. You can call it a Freedom Day, you can call it whatever you want, you can call it a celebration of just a bunch of people who are happy and blessed to be together. But we actually got a chance to march past the neighborhood that my dad grew up in. Most of the houses that I grew up in when I was a child, my cousin, my aunt, like a lot of these people got a chance to actually come out and see me in that parade on 52nd Street, where I said the same streets that we used to run around and wild out on. Now we actually in the middle of a march celebrating our freedom and with our people. So this time the streets were blocked off, but it was for a great message. It was for freedom. It was for opportunity. We were 2 cars behind the mayor. You know what I'm saying? Mayor of Philadelphia. She gave a great speech. I actually got a chance to meet the legendary Lady B, who started hip hop in Philadelphia. This is the first person who played hip hop music underground in Philadelphia, JaLisa. So she is like definitely one of our idols, definitely one of my idols as far as the hip hop is concerned, because she broke so many of the old classic records that I fell in love with. And I actually got a chance to see her, take a picture of it. There's a picture of her on my website, y'all, on Instagram. Shout out to the legendary Lady B. She gave me much love. So many of the radio personalities, Divine Martino, they just gave me some time, hung out with us. So that was such a great experience. Being with so many of our people. I mean, it was no rowdiness. It was no violence. It was so much love. I mean, we had a huge dance party in the middle of the street. It had to be about 100 of us doing a dance line. So, I mean, if you can't enjoy something like that doesn't give you some type of purpose, some type of joy, to feel like you're doing the right thing at the right place at the right time, then the wrong people are not in the right business. For me, it's been such an experience. So off of that experience, they invited me to come to the show and actually do a segment, and that turned into me doing like a weekly storm report. And I would get like a weather report and tell them like how and end up with like the storm is coming. And I did a couple of interviews. You know, the way their schedule kind of picked up really fast, and now they have a weekly show. So I definitely want to shout them out, and I want to let everybody know 98.5 Uptown Radio Black Lily Show is playing every day from 10 to 12 a.m. Make sure y'all listen to my peoples. What's good, y'all? It's the stormy area. And you know I get down with 98.5 Uptown Radio FM. Philadelphia, and the Poetica Bay Show. You already know where to find me. You already know the storm is in your area. Let's go. I do owe them an interview. So I will be getting back up there to get them an interview, but the way that I schedule, like honestly, like success is a good thing, So I'm always happy when somebody that I would have the chance to get success. So the way that their schedule has picked up and the way that their show is scheduled, our schedules conflict because I have so much going on. But I'm definitely going to get back up there and get some more work done. But like I said, all these things are such a blessing, and just being able to do it. And it's just on to the next thing, and I can't wait to get back up there and do some more stuff at the radio station.
Shout out to them and everything they have going on. Shout out to them.
I know that's
And
right.
speaking of the radio station and singles and everything, I know that you got a few new singles out, Jules, So Sexy, Hold On. And I know that the
Yeah,
song
yeah, yeah. We're
Hold
working.
On, all proceeds are being donated to Movember. And what is that
That's right. That's
organization
right.
all about? And how do those songs differ than your previous work?
Okay. Well, actually, the Hold On song is very special to me. I was actually at Celebrity Boxing's press conference. I would say this was last year in June, and I was just hanging out and taking pictures and meeting people. And I was watching Fox 29 News. Shout out to Philadelphia Fox 29 News. I was watching Fox 29 News early in the day, and I seen a very touching story about two ladies, young ladies around my age that had both tragically lost their sons, and their sons were young. And I have four sons, as everybody knows. I have two teenage sons. I have two adult sons, and they tragically lost their sons to mental health and suicide. But they've started foundations to raise awareness of it. And I was so inspired by these ladies' fight and by the way that they with sharing their pain and sharing their story with people and the actual strength that it takes to start a foundation and to actually get out there and to be in the public and to let people know what you went through. I admired that. I walked into the press conference and I seen both of the ladies there. They were signed up with Celebrity Boxing for mental health awareness because they were having to fight for the Mental Health Awareness Month. And the plan was that one of them would do an exhibition fight, and they were actually sponsoring a lot of things for the foundation. So I was like, this is something that I definitely support, have to be a part of, and I had to meet both of these ladies personally. So like I was just honored to actually even be a part of the organization and actually get a chance to meet them. So as I met them, one of the ladies, Angela Catone, her boyfriend, Roland Goddard, he's a boxer and Celebrity Boxing, and I was just talking to them, and we got to talking about the Resurrect song, and she told me that this song touched her, and it really moved her emotionally, and I said, being that she was a music artist previously, I said, if you ever want to do some music or anything like that, and she said she was with it, and I said, listen, if I do a song with you, we're going to do something that means something. So I said, let's do a song for men's mental health awareness. We're going to name it Hold On, and it's actually the tone of the song is that it's not actually telling the person who's going through the thing to hold on by themselves. It's saying hold on and be strong, but it's also telling the people around them to hold on and to take notice. So when things get rough and we feel like it's too much, the hold on that we're talking about is not dealing with it alone. The hold on that we're referring to and the message that they're trying to push through the Movember and through the men's health awareness, even through like through the overall message, is that the part when I'm saying hold on, the part when I'm saying be strong is not being silent. Strong is no longer silent. Hold on and be strong and get help. Hold on and be strong and reach out to somebody who cares and let them know what you're going through. So we just felt like that type of message with her attached to it will resonate. And we asked Movember to team up with us. They gave us our own page. We have a Movember page. We have a donation page. I have a GoFundMe, and I have a Movember donation link on my Instagram page, on my Spotify page. Angela Catone has her own Movember page, and the song is on there. When the proceeds come back from the song, we're going to donate all the proceeds to Movember Foundation for mental health, men's mental health and awareness, because Movember is a men's health site. and well, not just the site, their organization, and they help out so many men, and they actually stress all types of men's health. But we thought that that part doesn't get enough attention. So I thought that that was an interesting angle, and I thought that that was something that we definitely had to address. And enough people don't. I mean, it's not an easy topic to go at for some people, but after I met Angela and Roland, it became like we all kind of became family with each other, and because we share so many similarities, like with me having the boys, she still has son that she's raising. We have so many things in common, and I couldn't help but saying I have to physically try to do something instead of just sitting back. And as we talked about before, I have a platform, and the more eyes that are on me, and the more opportunity that I have to speak out, like I feel like it would be a waste to not use my platform for that. Once I seen the reaction that Resurrect had with dads and moms and people, I said I have to continue to use the opportunity that I have to talk to people, to reach people for something that makes sense. So that's where that project came from. I was actually super honored to have her jump on it like that, and to be a part of it. And we're working on something right now, a super secret project, but it will be out soon. Um, but me and her have something else coming. Hey everybody, the Stormwood Music and Angie Catone Music would like to announce a partnership. We made a song, and we're going to donate the proceeds to Movember.
Yep, Movember is a men's mental health foundation, so we're going to donate to them. We support mental health, all mental health, but this is the foundation that we're going to donate to. And we would really appreciate your help.
Absolutely. All the proceeds will be going to Movember. Now, you can stream the song on all platforms because we'll make sure that the proceeds go straight there. The link will be on Angie Catone's page, also on my page. Make sure that y'all tap in. Make sure that y'all support mental health awareness for men and for everybody else. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Everybody, please go to the Movember site. Please support men's mental health and awareness. And definitely, if you are feeling like you're by yourself, or you feeling like you can't hold on, or you feeling like nobody hears you, nobody listens to you, talk to somebody. If you feel like it can't be a friend or a family member, maybe sometimes just a stranger, or there are a bunch of mental health people, but maybe that's too technical. But I can say it for myself. I would want somebody to listen to my sons, and I would want to be somebody that will listen to somebody's son or daughter or anybody that's going through that. So, just to send a PSA out, I'm not really, the type of person to tell people what to do, but, just from my heart to y'all, this is something that I think that we should all be a little bit more aware of as a society and as a culture. I think we should all kind of look out for each other in that way.
And if you send me the links and information, I'll put it listed down below so people can donate, check out the website,
absolutely,
and whatnot. I'll list all that information below too, for sure.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mental health is so important. Check on
yes, it is.
But as far as like your interactions since you've been doing everything and networking, what do you value so much about connecting with different people from different walks of life and everything? How has that been for you?
It helps me in a couple of different ways, in a couple of different aspects. Professionally, it definitely gets me. I would say the best word for that. It helps me draw diversity in what I do. A little example of that is I was coming out with a certain type of music. I was on a certain type of vibe. I was feeling a certain type of wave. As I did more shows, as I met more artists, as I met more regular people in entertainment, I kind of felt a different type of vibe. I wanted to explore different types of writing, different types of creating through my art. And a lot of things that I felt like I wanted to do artistically before I actually started physically making music. Once I started actually making my music, I would notice little things. And because you're an artist, you know what I mean, that the deeper that you go into it, the more time that you spend in your artistry, you listen to a song, you're like, well, that was good, but if I could have did it again with this type of equipment, with these type of people on it, so and then working with so many different diverse people and having a great team, like a great team that supports me. Make sure I'm gonna give out my whole team a definite shout out, because like like I said, the Storm One music is definitely a movement, but everything that the people see is a project that a village takes to maintain and put together. And but even just because I don't put a lot of things out in public doesn't mean that it's not working. I mean, like I have like a great management team. I have a great team that helps me with my logistics. I have super great people that do the music. So as a team, we all evolve together. And me working with different artists and hearing different sounds and just doing the different shows, artistically, it helps me grow so much because I don't have to be stuck in a box. So I can do a song like the Hold On, and I would go to a lot of clubs and well, do a lot of events and do a lot of venues, and I would be around a lot of sisters who say a lot of the music isn't female centric. A lot of the music doesn't give shouts out and love to the females. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do a project that's accentuating the different styles of the sisters who really don't get, because you would think that it's only this style or that style when it comes to female hip hop. I don't have to. I'm not going to put the styles out because I don't want to actually try to single any artist out on either side. But you would think you either have to be this or you either have to be that. And I've met so many diverse, just dope sisters that I'm like, you know, I'm seeing different ways that I can use their talent with mine, blend it together, accentuate it, highlight it, showcase it, however you want to put it. But working with different people and a lot of younger artists too. I gotta give all my young artists a shout out. First of all, Loso Stephen, my son, is one of the younger artists. We're trying to get him back on track. We threw a Father's Day party, me and Rocky Caputi, based on the off of the success that Resurrect had. We threw a party on Father's Day weekend. Had a nice show out. Had a bunch of artists come through and perform. Had my son perform. He did very well. Gio Leone performed. Check Madness. Supreme the Resurrector. He's like a staple at the celebrity boxing. And this brother actually is like one of my OGs. And been performing since I was a little kid. He came through my event and just blessed the event and tore it up. So, you know what I'm saying? My sister Missy. So we actually put together a nice, diverse mix of talent and kind of had my son come in there and do his thing. And he did really good. Like he really did good. So having him, but he's still in development, definitely in development. He did very well, but through him and a lot of the younger artists that I've been meeting, it's a new vibe. Like I don't think a lot of the older artists feel as comfortable working with the younger artists because they haven't really given it. I can't speak for these people if they're giving it a chance or not. I'm saying I've been in the venues, JaLisa, where the younger artists were, and I've done my thing, not their thing. Respect to what they do. I did what I do. I come in, I was the Storm. I don't use vocals on my tracks. Everybody knows that. I use TV tracks. I'm old school like that. Like y'all gonna hear, y'all not gonna hear the radio version. Y'all gonna hear the live me version. And you know, I really hone my craft like that. But a lot of the younger artists are the ones who come up to me first, and they say, "That's this is hip hop, and this is how they want to." So I'm like, wow, like so, but I get into their styles too because there's an artistry there. Like like we talked about last time. Like I never discount what the youth are saying, how they moving, and their artistry. But when they practice and rehearsed and they come in there and they may not be. I mean, come on now. I can't date myself and tell people how many years I physically got in the game, but I'm not. But I'm not going to say to myself that they should be in any state because I had somebody take me as a protege and bring me along and show me the right way, the wrong way, and how to put me through the paces. And now I know the right way to prepare for a show or how to be an entertainer. These young guys may not have that backup. And listen, they just come out there and they just sing their song and they have faith and confidence in themselves. How can I discount that? So, so I only have respect for what they do and I only show love for what they do. But they also help me have respect for the sounds that's out now and for the styles that's out now and for the culture that's out now. So, like I said, I just lock in with everything. I just stay connected to the culture, and I just make sure that all of these things artistically revert back to me as an artist.
How do you go about balancing talking about certain topics and certain issues and still making it both thought provoking and enjoyable at the same time? How do you go through that process?
Super noisy out here. It's like I'm glad y'all can't hear it on y'all end, but it's like a plane. I'm like that not that far from the airport. It's like a plane going by. So I please.
You know, sometimes when I be doing these like interviews, I be like, I hope they can't hear the train outside. I be
No,
like,
no, no. Yeah, I can hear you now. It's just the plane break it up. You fine. Your volume is fine. It's just the outside.
okay, all right, yeah. But yeah, I was just wondering how do you go about like some of the topics that you talk about and discuss in your music and just in general, how do you balance addressing those topics and still making it thought provoking and enjoyable at the same time?
Right. That's interesting because sometimes, honestly, the topics are I don't want to say predetermined. I never go into writing or creating with more than just maybe an outline or idea. I might want to create a song about this or that, but I really don't try to go that deep into it. I more or less let the music move me and get me into the situation that I want to be. As far as in the topics, I'm glad to say that I've evolved as a writer to the point that I can let the topics kind of choose themselves. So if somebody comes to me with an idea for a song or outline, um, I'll just go ahead and try to think outside the box and try to make the topic. First of all, yeah, the style of music that I'm doing because I'm rhyming or whatever, or a lot of people may say that that has to fit in a certain box, but it really doesn't. So, like I said, as a creative, I'm evolved to the point that if I like a concept or I think it's a song that I like, I'll write it and I just ask one of my sisters who can sing, yo, here, sing this. Because this is a dope concept. I like this. So I've evolved to now say that I'm pretty much limitless with the ideas and the concepts that I come up with. But I definitely don't want to do the ideas and concepts that everybody else has done over and over again. And some things have been done so well that I don't need to touch them again. And not saying that there's not a space and not saying that people like to do a certain style. For me, personally, at the skill level I'm trying to show, I should be able to go outside the box and just be creative and make whatever I feel like making. So it is total freedom and autonomy, and it's a great place to be in as a creator to be able to be on that level with it. You know.
So are there any artists or producers you would like to
Oh
collaborate with?
man, the list is it's such a super long list, but I'm gonna try not to. I'm definitely gonna miss a bunch of people, but like right now, actually, well, all right. How about this? I can say it like this. I'm gonna be safe because it's about we only got for so much time, and it's about maybe 50 artists that like it's so many. Like every time I do an event, I could pick maybe 3 or 4 artists out of it. I would personally want to do a song with, but right now specifically, I'm working on like currently projects with me and Angela Catone is working on another project that we're going to put out. My sister Trinity Marie, who did the intro for the So Sexy remix. Me and her are also working on the track. Sister GZQ. I'm actually, like I said, like the smart person may be able to put the bricks together and start building a little house, but you know, like because you're my sister and because the people is with us and I love the people, I'm not really holding too much back, but I'm gonna give y'all a little nugget if y'all paying attention. But you know, me and the sister GZQ, you know, so we definitely working on something. We're in the process of actively working on some stuff to record, and I'm saying maybe the next couple of weeks we'll be in the studio working on these projects. So you know, I have 3 sisters right now that I'm actually like working with, like physically doing projects with that I have sessions set up with right now that I have to get that done before I finish. And I'm working on. I got something coming out for y'all probably in the spring. My own little project. But for now, what I have in the works that the people I'm physically working with now, and like I said, some of these artists, that just to be fair to all of them, we are talking about doing features and songs. But you know, like when because we're all pretty much business owners and stuff like that, and label owners and with the publishing and all that, like they gotta stuff gotta get cleared a certain way and the schedules gotta be cleared up. So not that I don't know how they want to do their drops. I don't know, you know what I'm saying. So some people we gotta kind of leave it here, but these are the people who I'm actively working on projects with. Y'all be seeing videos soon, like videos of what we doing soon. We will be keeping y'all updated. Everything's gonna be on IG and on the website. But as we start adding people to the roster, and as we start knocking down a lot of these features, honestly, I've reached out to a lot of artists. A lot of artists have reached out to me. I want any artists who know my sister, JaLisa, please reach out to me. I'm always accepting and working and constantly building with artists. So, anybody that I haven't already reached out to and spoken to yet about doing a project, and I told you that we're going to get together and we're going to do something, definitely reach out to me. We're going to talk off the DMs and off the Instagram and all that. We're going to talk for like real business for real, and we're going to see if we can get something done because, like I said, it's a long, it's a laundry list of artists who I would love to do something with because they're that talented. But we gotta, the way we run our thing over here, we gotta make sure all the everything lines up and all the ducks is in a row. All due respect, but we just running, regular business over here. So if y'all legit, come on through. Hit the DM, we can work.
I know that's right. So, what do you hope your legacy will be as an artist? What impact do you want to
Wow, that's a deep question. I love your questions, man. Like they definitely got a lot more intensive and a lot more make me be more introspective as the person that's answering. Thinking about my legacy as a musician and as an artist. Again, it's hard not to tether that because I have a son who's actively an artist on my label. I have a son. I have 3 other sons who know me as a man in my regular life. So when I take off the storm stuff and I'm not, on stage, I'm not swinging the hair around and partying and having a good time and making great music. Those little dudes, or I'm sorry, those young men, because they're not little dudes anymore. Those young men and some grown men are going to always have their eye on how I move. When my youngest son, he's 17 now, but when he was very, very young, he may have been 13 or 14, JaLisa. I told him that I wanted to get back into music and start my own music label. And we had a discussion, and he's saying that if I do get back into music, the only thing that he wanted me to promise him is that I will be an honest businessman and I wouldn't be like all of the record label guys on the movies. And it shocked me that somebody I know that younger teenagers and young men and women have an idea of business and what goes on, but the fact that it's so prevalent that the people in the record business are shady, that people who make music or this isn't denigrating anybody who's in our art or who's a creator. I'm just talking about the image, as we talked about before, the images that they portray of art and even sports is meant to set a certain tone, and we can be honest about it because anybody who's wise and anybody who pays attention knows that certain types of energy, certain types of music, certain types of art, if we can call it, well, really we have to call it all art because it's done by a creator. But certain types of this stuff gets the most play and gets the most push and is the most prevalent. And being that people so young, looking at people in our art as being on drugs and being violent people and being disrespectful people, and I mean, the things that I'm hearing about hip hop artists. I'm saying, as a hip hop artist, trying to move in this world, and the perception, in the view, and people say things to me, and I mean this with all due respect, that they think is a compliment, like the type of artist that I am, and this is what I'm saying. They say the type of hip hop artist that you are, the type of music you make, and I'm saying to myself, my son is also a hip hop artist. These young men that I see practicing for hours, y'all don't understand their cadence. Y'all don't like what they're saying. They don't even understand what they're saying, most of them. Again, not taking responsibility off of them but they can. I think when you know better, you do better. So you asking young men to write and rap and sing and make songs, and young ladies to do art more responsibly than their Facebook posts or Instagram posts are. To talk different on a record than they talking around their friends. And let's be honest. Let's take it back to when we were 17, 18, 19, 20. And some of our language when we were hanging out with our friends. And if somebody said, I'm going to put you on a record for talking like that, and I'm going to give you $1 million. Matter of fact, all you have to do is say, we'll be right down for you. And I'm going to give you this much money. I don't think a lot of us would have turned it down. So I'm just saying the judgment that we have on the people who are portraying this, when we know why they're in a situation to portray that, I don't really like the counter effect that it has on the art period. So I'm saying these people think that it's a compliment to me that I'm the type of artist that I am. And I'm saying, no. I am them. They are me. We're all artists. We're all collectors. I am hip hop. They are hip hop. I just do what I do because I know better. Because I've seen more. Because I've been through more. And I still had the talent and the ability. So that's why I'm saying to me is more of a, not, not trying to do the in quotations weed tactic, but it's all about the legacy. The legacy of the music has to be connected to the legacy of the person or the legacy of the man per se. Speaking of myself, because the music that I make has to mean something in regards to who I am. So I don't mind that the way that I rhyme or the music that I make is the way that I really feel. I made the song Jules, and I say, they say it's about time, but it's all perfect timing. But when I look on the horizon, I see emeralds and diamonds. I'm talking about the jewels that I see. Like I see rubies, emeralds. I see jewels every day. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like even when it's dark, I see the jewels shining. And that's why I say through my music, I can build, I can continue to build the type of life legacy that I want to be remembered by. First of all, as a man, definitely as an artist, but having the platform as that's what kind of adds to it. Because now I have a platform as an artist. So far as a legacy, if any of those other things come, I only look at that as expanding a platform. So if I happen to get on the big, if we do JaLisa Shaunte Part 3, and I'm like, I'm going to fly you out LA because we about to go on tour, it's going to be about, all right, sister, now let's look at the platform me and you have. Because that's only what it's about. Like, as long as I remember the purpose and the plan and the way it's supposed to go, then it's all good. So, the legacy of the music has to be something consequential. It has to be something influential. And wherever it goes, as far as in those other things that come with it, I have to understand and remember that I came out as an independent artist for a reason. I mean, as this type of independent artist, totally autonomous. I mean, everything that the Storm One Music says or puts out or does is fostered by the Storm One Music, and all of my partners are partners. So I'm saying I don't have we have business partnerships where these are independent business people that run their own business. You're an independent businesswoman who runs your own business, and I want to try to create that type of community. When I say the Storm One Music is a movement, I'm saying we all should be being able to foster each other's and dream is one way to say it, but when you just put it more as in business, when you put it more as in things that you want to fulfill, things you want to complete, tasks that you want to take care of, I think it's better that way. So legacy wise, having these songs out, having people listen to them, having them affect people, having people being moved by it, things like that, in a selfish way, that fulfills my purpose. Like my mom, my 70-something-year-old mom calling me, telling me she's listening to my playlist over and over again. That fulfills my personal purpose in one way. But even some of the videos, if you look on my Instagram, and I sent you there's way too many videos. I didn't want to blow up your email, but we're downtown. I'm doing shows, and I might have people stopping and dancing and having a good time with us. Those things for me personally fulfill me. But honestly, once I started seeing the platforms that we could get to, the effect that we could have, the people we could reach, I'm talking about, first I was just doing things in New Jersey. and then I started doing things in Philadelphia, and now I'm having a conversation with my sister in Virginia, and that's why I'm saying that as that continues to spread, I see my responsibility grow. I see the legacy that I want to leave maybe as a little bit. I had to take it out of the realm of my selfishness, out of the realm of my contentment. I'm happy putting music out. I like doing shows. I like it that people feel good about it. That's a good feeling. But maybe out of my comfort zone a little bit is like, let me take this message to everybody. Because everybody may not like it, sister. JaLisa, everybody may be like, well, why are you trying to come with this type of hip hop? And what makes you think that we want everybody to be on that tip? How come you want to be a community? How come you want to be a movement? What you really up to? You know, when you have talent, when you have ability, and when you think that you can do something, I kind of think it's a little negligent to not do what you think you can do. Like, I'm gonna see how much I can do. I'm gonna see how many people I can touch. I'm gonna see how many people I can reach, and I'm gonna try to leave that as the legacy where people so many years from now, because now digitally, or we go back to records, or we go back to CDs and tapes. I don't care what it is. If people can remember my songs by heart, if 20 years from now somebody's walking around talking about how they think of rhymes every waking moment, and hey, that's legacy. That's legacy enough for me. I mean, like, the ideas, the feelings, the emotions that come from the music that I've made. If that stays with people, that's the best legacy I can ask for. I mean, because you can get a couple little statues or whatever, and again, not discounting the people that put in the years of work and the effort and the talent that it takes to get to that level. Because if I get to that level, I'm going to humbly accept being around those people, and I'm going to speak to those people the way me and you were having a conversation, my sister, and say, all right, y'all, thank y'all for letting me come, but y'all know why I'm really here. Y'all let me in the door, so y'all must want me here, and y'all already know who I am. So that's why I'm saying that if the legacy grows to that, if we can get it to that level, that's fine. If I can continue to stay on the course that I've been on, stay on the mission, continue to touch and reach people, and expand it, and then have other people saying, the storm is slowly taking over through righteous movement. That's what the storm. That's why we're a movement, because we still slowly taking over and we moving righteously. So if in every state somebody is a part of the storm, if somebody's trying to move righteously, if somebody's making the music that they want to make, the way they want to make it, they're part of the storm. So my legacy, honestly, musically, is to touch and have everybody become their own version of the storm. They'll become a part of the storm. Do what you want to do. Make the music you want to make because you love it, and touch people and reach people and love people. So if I could leave a legacy like that, then like this whole musical journey would be more than worth it, and it would be cosmically kind of right in the right place, and then we could all we all a team. I'm passing the ball. Somebody else catch it. Somebody else block over here. Somebody else run over here. Like, come on. Like, and guess what? When we score, whoever score, the whole team get the points. Whoever score, the whole team get the victory, right? Don't we all win? So, it's all win. Like, what's my job? What's your job? What's your part? So, if I can kind of pass this on to the younger artists and stuff, like that'd be a legacy that's worthwhile, I believe.
Thank you so much for coming today.
First of all, I'd like to say thank you, a million thank yous for having me on the show again for the second time. You know what I'm saying? So glad to be here, honored to be here again, and honored to be able to share my message and my vision and my music with the people. I just want to tell everybody, make sure y'all keep checking in with me. Keep checking in with my sister JaLisa Shaunte, because her show is fire. Season 2 is going to be the bomb, and we're going to blow it up. But if y'all need to know where to follow me at, she's going to have the tags on here, but make sure, I'm just going to let everybody know. Yeah, down below, the tags going to be down below, but everything is Storm One Music. The Storm One Music Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, you name it. What else I'm on? Twitter. I'm on, I got the storm1music.com, the Storm One Music YouTube. I mean, you put in the Storm One Music, there's going to be so many things to come up, y'all going to be scrolling all day. But scroll all of them, because it's all good content. But I'm everywhere. I'm in your area. So the Storm is definitely in your area. But I'm on every social network that y'all are on at the Storm One Music. And make sure y'all follow the YouTube channel because I'm doing, I have like my little product reviews. I'm supporting independent businesses. And I want to do product reviews for great businesses that I meet out here. Like when I'm doing my little 1-2s, I'm doing my little music. There's a lot of vendors out there. So I'm starting to do little spotlights and highlights for the vendors because I think they should get some love too because they're independent business people just like us. So check out my Storm One Music, the Storm in your area on YouTube reviews. And if any business owners want to get in contact with me, I will definitely promote your business. If the business is good and y'all looking out for people and y'all show love, I'll show love for y'all. But no fraudulent business my way. We only show love to good people. That's how we get down. And before we go, I just want to give a shout out to my team because without my team, all this wouldn't be possible. My production team, Global Creation Music, and the whole team that works with them, Soundfound Music, and the whole team that works with them. Resac Studios, main engineer Caesar, they got me feeling right, super right. Definitely a special shout out to the last people, Sugarless Design and Harry Perry Shop for keeping me dope, keeping me fresh. That is actually my team that helps me with all my side promotions and all my management stuff, and that's my whole little team that keeps me fly and whatnot. Everything that y'all see are all exclusive Storm One Music designs, and without my team, I would not be able to rock and roll the way I do. So thank you to them. Thank you to y'all for tuning in and hanging out with me and my sister. Another thank you to you for having me on, and
thank you so much. Happy to have you. See you same time, same place.